So what if I tell you Venti, also known as the god of Mondstadt, or you can say Archon, helped Khaenri'ah right before Gold released her corrupt creatures? Well, this is mostly a wild guess, but I can't help but think that some of the questions around Venti can be explained by his ties around Khaenri'ah. Well, all we know that Venti, in comparison with the other Archons, is a more caring god. He has shown compassion for all the living beings. I don't ever see him as a threat to any nation. Now, why would Venti protect Khaenri'ah, other than the fact that he is a good person? Well, maybe after what happened with Salvandigar. And if you guys don't know what is Salvandigar, then let me tell you, it's also a nation which was destroyed just like Khaenri'ah, and it is now the modern day Dragonspine. Yes, that icy cool mountain. So yeah, back to the topic. Venti didn't want history to repeat itself, especially since the Monleka clan, which is also one of the survivors of Salvandigar, and yes, this is one of the clan which worship Barbatos. So yeah, Venti could have grown to like that clan, and he personally went to Khaenri'ah so that he can guide the people on what not to do and do not repeat the history what happened at Salvandigar. So let's talk about his relation with Khaenri'ah. Maybe he did visit Khaenri'ah. I can't say for how long though, but yes, I am assuming he hung out there for quite a while. And yep, out of all the Archons, he is the only one that has shown signs of animosity towards Celestia. Well, I like to think he is more of a neutral character who doesn't side with the Abyss, doesn't side with Celestia, and only doing what he thinks is right. You might be asking, if Venti sided with Khaenri'ah, then why did he prevent the corruption of Devalan? Well, perhaps Venti thinks that the Abyss Order is purely vengeful and does not support their action. Kinda like Densleif, and well, it also explains that how Densleif knows Venti identity as Barbatos, and not only Densleif knows his identity, he had also said that he encountered Venti 500 years ago. The counter for this can be a fact that Venti fought in the War of Khaenri'ah, but I am curious as to how he even found out the god of Anemo calls himself Venti. He must have talked to him long ago. So yeah, Venti being in Khaenri'ah answers how he knows the Traveler from before, assuming he mistook the Traveler for the Abyss Twin, where Venti has been whenever he left Mondstadt for 1,000 years, and how he wakes up at the exact same moment that Gold or the Abyss acts up. Well, it may be true that Venti sleeps, since he did act like this, like he just woke up when he first met the Traveler, but I am referring to the timeline before the destruction of Khaenri'ah happened. Another thing I like to add is that from his voiceovers, Venti did imply that he knows Hilichurlian. Here's the exact same quote. Hilichurl, say hello. Why, I learned it to aid it with my songwriting. Of course, vast knowledge makes for richer composition. That said, I haven't actually written any songs for Hilichurlian so far.
Mimahuya means I love you in the language of the Hilichurls. Huh?
Now let's talk about his relation with Kaya. It may also be an explanation that why Kaya was only put in Mondstadt out of all the 7 nations. Maybe it was Venti that told them to put Kaya there. Venti also does not have the voice line about Kaya, which is a bit sus, as it may look like he doesn't want anyone to know about Kaya. Well, is the reason why Khaenri'ah is so close to Mondstadt is that Venti provided them shelter out of all the 7 nations. Mondstadt had also been a favorite of the Abyss to torment, like the defiled Venti statue. He also knows something about Albedo, even though Albedo hasn't done anything that revealed his true nature. Well, I doubt Albedo hangs around Venti enough for the bard to snoop around. Anyways, what if the timeline goes like this? Venti pretends to sleep, but secretly goes to Khaenri'ah, meet Densleif and the Abyss twins. Celestia decides to nuke Khaenri'ah. Vague description of Gold's sudden activeness. Venti wakes up to help defend Mondstadt from Gold creation. Well, maybe I mixed things up. That will prove this theory to be wrong, cause my memory isn't perfect. But hey, maybe there are some parts which might be true. Well, I do think it will stretch with Venti pretending to be asleep, since in the manga he actually woke up thousands years ago, and when he first met Vanessa. The timeline is still wonky in Genshin, so I can't be too sure with this theory. But yeah, it's all what I think of, but I will also appreciate your views about this. And if you guys have any theories, you can comment down below. I will surely check them up, and if I find them really good, I will even explain those theories. So yeah, my dear Hillbilly trolls, if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel. So now, take care my dear Hillbilly trolls.